Hey, how's it going? This one isn't going to look stellar. The lighting in here is actually amazing, but in terms of great lighting for I'm not really quite sure what's going on right there. Great lighting for a video. Wait, that's on my chest. Oh wait, it's from the it's from this. Anyway, that looks actually pretty cool. Yeah, I forgot that's how that works because I can aim it at this here. And I think if I go through it, yeah, you can see all the different colors. Anyway, yeah, today is Sunday, December 10th. It is 10:09 p.m. right now. Today, I had actually a really, really good day. I had, a lot of really, really good experiences. I got to go around a little bit of this area and get a better idea of what it's actually like around here. Yeah, still just like I think my mind is attached to the idea of staying here for a multitude of reasons. But I think something that I need to continue to play around with is how I feel if I actually take everything and actually come here. How will I feel then? If it's not like I know that I'm going to leave at a certain point, Because I know that I'm going to leave in 4 nights. So, yeah, but yeah, a lot of my day I spent just kind of going with the flow and practicing Wu Wei, which it felt actually really, really good. This shot is bugging me so much. I want to come up with something different here. I think I'm just going to do that and also minimize the camera so I stop looking at it. So, yeah, I spent a lot of time just practicing Wu Wei, and I ended up I got back from going out, and I spent a little bit of time hanging out, drawing a little bit. Somebody came and installed Wi-Fi, so now I have Wi-Fi here. Um, yeah, and after about an hour or so, I think I decided to call my girlfriend to talk about the day and how she's been, talk about my thoughts of maybe like moving out here. Yeah, I think I talked on the phone with her for about an hour, and I found myself really wanting to get off the phone. It's in after about an hour. It's funny. As soon as I started that phone call, it was as if the way that I had felt about myself and how I had treated the day completely changed. I felt completely different about myself, and I felt completely different about how I was going to approach the rest of the day. And I think it's because I put myself back in the same mind space that I seem to keep most of the time, as opposed to this mind space that I've been since staying here. Yeah, but after I got off the phone, I actually spent a little bit of time doing some work. Spent a little bit of time doing some work for the marketing agency, and contemplating that. And then after that, I think I just started watching this recent podcast that Andrew Tate was on with I wish I remember that fella's name. Hold on. We're gonna figure it out. With George Janko, which I didn't even know very much about George Janko before this podcast. But anyway, I watched that. I watched a little bit of it last night too. Um, yeah, but it's funny because I spent so much of the day uh, focusing on not doing very much and just kind of like Wu Wei, undoing, doing things as they came and not necessarily trying to will my way into things. Yes, and it was actually very nice. I ended up enjoying the day immensely and also doing a lot of good things. But yeah, and after getting off the phone with AA and um, spending a little bit of time doing some work and then watching that podcast with Andrew Tate, I was immediately like thrown into this will to get something done, plan something, see some kind of action, feel nervous that like I hadn't felt this way all day. Um, yeah, and it's funny because it's like there's a part of me that just wants to say like, pick a lane, my friend, pick a lane and stay in it. But I don't think it will ever be that simple, sadly. And also, I think it will probably end up being one of my superpowers, my flexibility, how much I'm able to change what it is I can focus on and the way that it is I actually focus on it. Yeah, but I think also practicing Wu Wei, it's like practicing the Tao and going in and out of Wu Wei. I think that I need to spend moments feeling that way that I felt this evening, and I also need to spend moments feeling the way that I felt the entire day up until that point. I think they're both equally important. I think too much of either one will lead to downfall and distress and uh, like lack of fulfillment and whatever, a ton of things that I don't necessarily want to experience consistently. So I have to do both. Yeah, and I I was feeling a bunch of thoughts. I ended up spending a little bit of time meditating and reflecting on what it was I was feeling, and then I decided that I wanted to get my thoughts down somewhere. So I decided to come on to here. There's a part of me that really wishes this mic was wireless and I could walk all the way out here. But it is what it is. Can you see that bug in front of the screen? It's hilarious because something that like where your attention goes is absurd. There is a part of me that would love to see proof that like manifestation is absolutely and completely false, because then I would just know. Because sometimes, I think manifestation is real and very true, and sometimes I end up like questioning if it is real or not, and if it is true, if like it is what I'm actually experiencing. And to give you an example, and you can back the video up too, I walked out here. As soon as I walked outside, I'm thinking about the bugs that are going to be outside, and almost immediately a bug starts flying in front of the camera right here, and like as soon as my attention went to the idea of a bug, this thing is pulled into my life and I perceive it almost immediately. And I mean, not to say there hasn't been a bug that flew in front of this camera yet, but at least it wasn't obvious enough for me to see it on the screen. So yeah, it's like my attention wasn't there, and then my attention goes to the idea of a bug, and then directly in front of me, in front of my face of what exactly I'm looking at, there's a bug flying around. But yeah, it is really, really beautiful out here. And talking to A, I think that it's obvious that I think she's a great person, and I think as long as I'm in Phuket, I will stick around her, and I know she'll stick around me. She told me that she is okay with traveling, but she also mentions that she needs to send home like 6 to 8 thousand baht to her family every single month, which it's crazy because she works. I She works 6 days a week, 8 hours a day. She gets paid 12,000 baht every single month. She pays 4,000 baht in rent. Everything else, almost everything else, goes to her family because, yeah, 6 to 8,000 baht. That means that her monthly spending budget on her free spending at most is 2,000 baht. At most. And it's like, yeah, it just makes me think about, like, how is it that I'm living? What is it that I'm doing? How is it that I am, like, this lifestyle that I'm living? Talking to somebody else I met the other day, it became very clear that I could spend less money every single month. The question is, do I want to spend less money every month, or do I just want to spend more time working and actually find something that will make me money every single month? Enough money to spend money the ways that I want to. Enough money to, let's say, register a business, start working out of Thailand, hire a and then have her be my personal assistant who goes with me everywhere. Whatever, I don't know. Yeah, she would be going with me everywhere. My personal assistant, and that's how she stays in the country with a work visa. Just an idea, by the way. I'm questioning my the fact that I said those things. Yeah, the thing is, I'm so young. I think as I get older, and all of these things stay here, right? I think sometimes I'll look back on things and be like, I should not have said that. Yeah, because I very much have this idea of I need to be damn near as open as I can be, because that is the point, and I want people to be able to reflect on nearly everything that I've gone through. And I think as I get older, I will understand what it is that means more and more, and there's a balance with everything, so I will find the balance between what I expect myself to be honest about and what it is I should actually keep personal and not talk about and share with the rest of the entire world and have it immortalized forever. I guess as long as, whatever. Yeah, I hate when I lose confidence in the sentence that I'm saying, or I lose interest in it, so then I'm like, whatever, I'm going to stop going with that sentence, because then it just feels like incomplete and a waste of time even starting it. Yeah. Today's been good. I think I put so much gratification within work, or at least there is this part of me that when the switch flips and now I'm this person again, that part of me just adores the gratification I receive from work. So when it's there, I receive the gratification. When it's not, that part of me feels like a fraud, a piece of shit, like I'm wasting time, all of these things. But the thing is that thing can turn off. So all day today, that thing is off because I feel content with where I am, and I don't necessarily have work at the forefront of my mind. So the question is, do I really want to feed energy to that person, to that part of me? Sometimes it feels like the dependence on that gratification is my downfall. But also sometimes I think that if I leaned even further into it, I made it past that barrier that is where I break every time with the stress. If I made it past that, where would I be? I think about that sometimes. Is that a point that I can even get to? something I've been reflecting on is like, okay, I haven't had any back issues for the past 3 days. Doesn't make any sense because I sat in a van for 15 hours and then I sat on a plane for 2 hours. Let's just say in all, almost 4 hours of sitting. So 15 hours and then the next day 4 hours. Haven't had a massage. I can spend 1 hour working on my computer and my back starts to hurt. How is that? It's in my head. That's what it is. It's in my head. I can do 10 push-ups. I can do 10 more push-ups. But this time, I push myself so, like I feel like it's like, for one, doing 20 push-ups, I shouldn't have to push myself that hard. It's very much in my head. Like, I can do, if I say that I want to do 50 reps, I start doing it, I can crank out 25 like it's nothing, right? But if I say that I want to do 25 reps, now 25 is the end goal here, and I start doing 25 reps, I'm going to start getting tired at like 10. And by the 25th, I'm going to be barely there because I'm like, last one. But during the 50, when I get to 25, I'm like, I'm only halfway through. I cannot lose this momentum. And if I say I'll do 10 push-ups, I do 10 push-ups. Then I say I want to do 10 more after that. And I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel it really, like I'm starting to get in my head. I can hurt my back will feel pain after. I felt pain before after I did literally just 10 push-ups. So the girl next door, who's the host here, she owns this property. She practices qigong, which it's like when you like have you ever seen people go like where they like feeling like their chi and whatever? She invited me to do it, and today was a great day. I was not going to say no because you don't get this opportunity to train qigong with a lovely, beautiful lady very often. So I did this. I had never done it before, and it becomes very obvious that it's like how it is my body's energy and the way that my mind is, how tense my body is, how it is I feel about what it is I'm doing. It's very, very dependent. It's a very important variable in relation to how my back feels, how I end up doing work. So, like, let's say tomorrow I just start grinding out work, and I'm treating my back the same way all day, except I'm grinding out work. Depending on how I do it, my back could hurt. And I'd feel the need to go get a massage. It blows my mind. But the thing is, it's like, okay, if I'm aware of this idea, I truly, completely understand and believe this idea, therefore I'm manifesting it. How can I do certain things? Like, let's say I want to grind out something. Like, I don't want to leave things to the chance of how tense my body might feel. I want to be able to have the grit to do things sometimes. And I think that means that sometimes I'm just going to have to endure the pain from my tension unless I understand how to remain at ease and not tense while also still doing something incredibly hard. And I think the second option is significantly smarter to pursue. The thing is, it's like, okay, what am I to do now then? If I want to grind out work, if I want to do something, want to achieve something incredibly badly, how do I go about that? How do I make sure that I continue to pursue this idea that I want to master, which is like remaining still and not tense while doing something most men can't do. What is it I do? I feel like that's a question for a certain model of GPT. I'm not really sure which one. Maybe I'll train a whole new one for it. Maybe the Seneca one. That's the only model I have, actually. So it's funny too. I just realized that some of these videos, because I'm always in front of the camera, it's not just audio. It's not just me talking. There's like psychologists that can pick apart my body language and figure out how it is I'm feeling without even necessarily listening to what it is I'm talking about. I think I'm going to be done with this one, and I think I'm going to figure out something to do to kind of slow my mind down a little bit, bring myself to calmness and stillness, no tenseness, because truly I feel amazing when I'm there, and truly work does not feel hard to do when I'm within that state. If I can master being able to sustain this state while doing something incredibly hard, I think that I can do great things. And I think that my mind has known that this is what it was I wanted to do for a long time. This is what it was that I'm actively pursuing. But I guess I never actually really put it into words, and I didn't really fully realize what it was. But understanding where it is the back pain is coming from, which it's not abuse of the body, but it's abuse of the mind, which leads to tenseness of the body, which I guess you could say is abuse of the body. So the back pain comes from tenseness and abuse of the body that originates from the mind, the tenseness of the mind. This one was a little bit all over the place. It is Sunday, December 10th. It's now 10:32 p.m. I hope you all enjoyed today if you were alive on this day today, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.